I'll tell you what, boy, if we're going to win this war, we need one of them tanks. We need one of them Remco tanks. So you go on out there and you find me one of them great big old Remco tanks so we can go win this war. Let's go, boy.
Now today on RB's Toy Box, we're going to take a look at my Remco tank. Now this is a exact model of the one that I had when I was a kid. Not the exact one, just an exact model. This I found on eBay about a year ago, and I really wanted to take a few moments and showcase it because, you know, these are the types of things that get me into collecting, to be able to not just get something because it has some value, but because it has some value to me, right? That should be the center of anyone doing collecting, is that there's something special. When you look at it or play with it, it gives you a good memory, right? It brings back something of maybe a kinder time in your past, perhaps. But this was one, again, I picked up about a year ago on eBay. And if you are thinking about getting some Remco toys, you definitely want to get a hold of one soon, because they go up in value every day, especially when you find one that's in as good a shape as this one is. Now, I had to do some cleaning and so forth. It was clearly in somebody's garage, but one of the cool things about this and like Play School and a couple of other of the larger names that have been around for a while is there are people out there making reproduction parts for these types of toys, Remco being one of them, with several different models. And you guys have seen my my McDonald's Play School play set, and even my Bigfoot monster truck, where I've showcased the fact that there's stickers and so forth. This one's no different. This one, they had reproduction. Someone, you know, did a 3D print on these bullets, and then the casings here for the brass casings. Just, they did such a great job. And normally with 3D prints, you can see like the little outline. However they cast molded these, or they printed them something, they did a really good job. And they need to be weathered still, right? I haven't done that. It's where you make them look a little bit more like they were original, with that kind of gray tone to it. It's called nulling, and I haven't just had time to do that. Same thing with aging the brass here a little bit. But this, I want to take a few moments, kind of do a flyover of the tank and show you just how cool that it really is. But as you can see, as I'm kind of zooming in, you know, I haven't updated the stickers or anything, but you can. And I haven't really done much more other than cleaning it up really good and making sure everything's good to go with it. But this is one of those, you know, pieces that you get a hold of in your childhood and your memory, and you're like, man, I wish I could get a hold of one of those tanks. And I honestly had no memory of this whatsoever until I saw one on somebody's shelf on Facebook where they were showcasing theirs. And as soon as I saw that, it flooded my memory. Now, some of you know one of the reasons why I collect and go back is because I lost my memory. After Desert Storm, the chemical damage had gotten to the point that it affected my my nervous system, and it wiped a large portion of my memory. But it's not completely gone. It's I don't want to call it blocked or whatever. I mean, the doctor honestly couldn't figure out much more than to try to put me on some type of systematic therapy. But what I found works better than anything that the doctors have been able to do is when I see something and touch it and smell it, it floods back memories, and this is one of them. When I saw it, excuse me, I absolutely had to have it. And so I got on eBay, and I mean, I spent probably 2 months bidding and being patient to find the right one, because there's a lot of them out there that are broken. They've got pieces missing on the front, or their cover's missing. But there's two main ones of this. There's one that's the Bulldog, and then both of them are part of the Monkey division. They're both Bulldogs, but one of them has a different firing structure, and it's just a little bit smaller. This is the larger of the two, with the two movers switches in the back that allow it to go forwards and backwards, and of course the mechanism that you use to shoot, which my brother and I both had one, probably the late 70s, and the most we would do with these things sometimes would shoot at each other. But I wanted to take a few moments and show this to you. It's one of my favorite pieces in my collection in the vintage area, and it means so much to me to be able to have this, and I'm super thankful for places like eBay and for those creators out there that do the reproduction stickers and the bullets and so forth. But it really does help pull my collection together when I've got authentic pieces that I had when I was a kid. And that's one of the first things that I show somebody when they come over, is like, all of the other Star Trek's kind of cool and all these other pieces are cool, but check this out. And anyone that's my vintage, you've probably seen one of these. Maybe you've seen the commercials on it, when you remember that when you was a kid. But this is one of the things that helps remind me of being a kid. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video here on RB's Toy Box. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at RB's Toy Box. I do a lot of smaller videos there, but I want to go through and at least take a few moments and showcase my Remco Bulldog Tank from the mid-60s.